Hello and welcome back to RC with Adam. Bottom line up front, if your BambuLab A1 is suddenly turning out prints that look like this, well, the answer may be that the nozzle is loose. That's basically the bottom line up front. So note that we have these like over extrusion lines on the wall, on the outside wall. Looks terrible, and it just gets worse as it goes, as it's printing. It's really bad. It should look like the one on the right. It's nice and smooth. So basically, what you're going to do is take apart your nozzle and tighten up all the screws. So, or I should say your tool head, I suppose. So big shout out to Ken Print on YouTube. There's this video right here, and it shows you all how to do it, which is very helpful, but it's pretty simple. You basically just take off your nozzle. You take out the three screws that are holding it in place. I can get to that point. There we go. So there's three screws that hold like the composite block in place, and then you take those out, and then you get to these four screws that actually hold like the nozzle, the plate where the nozzle attaches to. I don't know what the correct exact word is, but you get the idea. So these were all loose on my printer, and that's basically it. You tighten them up, you slap it back
Tracking
on there,
position without damaging the
and
cables.
you should be good to go. Um, just for funsies, if you want some more information, again, go watch that whole video if you want to see the process. I'll have a link to that down in the description below this video. But if you aren't sure what the problem is, there are a couple really helpful visual troubleshooting guides. One of these is the 3D Werkstatt knowledge, what is this? Knowledge base Ultimaker troubleshooting guide. It's a little outdated, or well, it's quite dated, but a lot of this stuff is still very true, and it's nice because it's like interactive. This is like a PDF. It's kind of hard to find the actual website, or like it wasn't coming up for some reason. So I'll probably have a link to this as well. And we looked all over. Potentially it could be a bed tramming issue where basically the bed is not on the right. Um, it's not level, basically. It's like not leveled, even though it auto levels before every print. So I'm not sure how that would be a problem, but it wasn't this issue. It wasn't bed trimming, but you can go to BambuLab Wiki for a lot of information about this stuff. You might also want to check out the BambuLab, like bad print quality causes and solutions, like common issues. Um, it lists a lot of info, a lot of the same stuff as um, the other visual guides that I was mentioning, and they give you these examples as well. So that's pretty good too. But again, it wasn't really any of those. Here's another one: common print quality problems and solutions on the Bambu Lab wiki. So that might be helpful. Here we go. So then Simplify 3D has another uh, um, visual printing guide, also kind of dated, but also helpful. And this one was one of the closest ones. There's like lines on the side of the print. So I thought maybe that's what it is. And they're basically saying could be inconsistent extrusion, could be your extruder, could be temperature, could be filament quality. So I kind of went through all that and ruled it all out. So it turned out it was just that the nozzle itself was actually loose. And here's that print quality guide. I find it very helpful, especially if you're a new 3D printer. Very, very helpful because you could you can still, even with advanced 3D printers, you can still run into all of these problems, although it is much less likely, which is great. Yeah, and it wasn't over extrusion because I thought it could be over extrusion, but it was not. And then I saw this other thing that somebody else was trying to troubleshoot on BambuLab forums, where the offset appears to be too low, because at one point, because I thought that it was like the hardened steel nozzle, so I swapped the nozzle out, and then I was trying to print, and then it was like rubbing against the build plate, and it was even worse, and the extruder is doing the clicking because it can't actually extrude the filament. It was terrible, but it turns out it actually was just this. And here, so again, just a couple other examples to help you along. So this guy got this. I was printing the calibration cube, and we have those awful, awful lines on there. Yeah, looks terrible. Here's another one. This is a gear. You see, some of it's okay. I'm not sure why some of it's okay, but then we have these lines which just mess everything up, and it's terrible. Here's like a fidget cube, an infinity cube, and that one was bad. That was like extra chunky right there. Crazy. Ugh, awful. Lots of ridges on that one. So, and then this was the final result after fixing it, and it looks great. You know, I mean, yeah, I think it looks super great. I think it was 0.2 layer height, so not the finest layers. If we look at when I was trying to fix this, let me show you this one. So
Okay, so
you
we
can
have
see
some.
here, right here, see that wiggle? See how it's going back and forth?
Actually,
That's bad.
there's a nozzle in here.
That
So
is
you
not
can.
supposed to be like that.
Okay.
So, so it turns out,
Okay.
as you can see here,
Are loose.
see I'm wiggling
That one and
those
that
screws
one.
right there.
I think those ones are
They
kind
were
of
all
tight.
loose. They all
These two
need to be
screws are
tightened.
loose.
They have like two
And
little
this whole
lock
piece was
washers
like
on the teeny tiny
kind
screws.
of
I think it's like
fairly
a
loose
1.5
as well.
millimeter
But I think
hex
mostly it was the part that
screw
actually
hex
holds
drive to get that
the
out.
nozzle.
So
So the reason why
that's
the
what it
bed
was.
should.
I tightened it up, put the other ones back in, put a little bit of Loctite on there, and it was good to go. And then we end up with, where'd it go? Well, we end up with the one on the right hand side, which is so much better. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Let me know if you are experiencing something similar to this with your A1 or something like that, or if this helps, because maybe you have some info that could help other people down in the comments below this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on the next one.